Hi there everybody, this is David, and welcome to New RPG News. We have a lot to talk about today, from some leaks that have been confirmed, told you so, to some Eiyuden Chronicle kind of bad news, but maybe good news, to a ton of really cool limited editions, to some brand new games, and Final Fantasy news, because, of course, you can't have a news show without Final Fantasy. It is what it is. So, last week I came to y'all and I said, hey, guess what? We have like a really credible leak about Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door releasing for the Switch or getting a release date on Mario Day. And then I had a whole bunch of comments. Oh my god, why do you always report on leaks? Like, we just need real news. And not to quote Will and Grace or anything, but told you so, told you so, told you so. The reason why I report on leaks is because this is how we get news nowadays. Like, wake up and smell the coffee. We're not in the 90s reading magazines anymore. This is how we get news nowadays. So, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake is launching for the Switch on May 23rd. And here is the About section. I can't believe I did the I told you so dance. God, I'm never going to leave that down. The nefarious X-Nauts are after the treasure behind the Thousand Year Door. With a map from Princess Peach and the help of a few locals, Mario journeys through a colorful world made of paper to find them first. To prevail in this quest, you have to level up Mario and his friends, master time-based attacks and badges to impress the audience on the stage of combat, and make use of all the abilities that come with being cursed or, conveniently made of paper, like folding into a plane across big gaps and turning sideways to slip through narrow openings. I first played this game 20-something years ago, whenever I got it for the GameCube. I didn't have a GameCube, but I got it for the GameCube, but I played it on the Wii, because the Wii was backwards compatible. And I will say this, it is the best Paper Mario game. So if you haven't played the Paper Marios, or you think that the Paper Mario games aren't all that hot because you've only played the newer ones, you might want to play the older ones. They are the better ones. The director of Final Fantasy Tactics encourages fans who are begging for a remake of FFT to give Unicorn Overlord their support because the market for tactical RPGs is small. Here's the deal. The Final Fantasy Tactics remake was leaked in the NVIDIA leak a long time ago, 2+ something years ago, so we always were like, oh, it's out there. But we've also heard leaks, again, that Tactics Ogre Reborn was put out first to test the market for Final Fantasy Tactics Remake. And Tactics Ogre Reborn didn't do all that well. More than likely because it was released alongside like 6 other Square Enix games. It was ridiculous. It was like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but whatevs. So they might have shelved this remake, and he's saying, hey, if y'all want this remake, show your love to another strategy RPG, even though it's not by Square Enix, so that Square Enix sees that these types of games will sell. Basically, this all happened because he tweeted out his copy of Unicorn Overlord, and then the entire comment section was just a deluge of, oh my god, remake. The beggars came out. And in response to all that, he tells people to please go and play Unicorn Overlord instead. It's nice of you to say that, but first, let's play Unicorn Overlord. I pray that the sales of this new simulation RPG will exceed 1 million copies. I think that that's the SC benchmark, if you know what I mean. Well, calm down. How about trying to play this Unicorn Overlord for now? Another tweet from Matsuno reads. Back in December, he told fans that there were no plans for a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, but he's been fielding questions like this for far longer than the past few months. Earlier that year in June, and I also reported on this, he inadvertently added fuel to the remaster speculation fires by asking fans what they would like in a potential Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. So he's not really doing himself any favors there, I must say. So there's some other smaller news items in regards to Unicorn Overlord. One is that this will not be getting a PC release. That has to do with Atlus's contract with Vanillaware. Vanillaware does not want a PC release, so it will not be getting one. So sorry about it, ain't gonna happen. And there was another news story that this actually sold out in Japan. It physically sold out in Japan. So they are trying very desperately to get more physical copies on store shelves so they can sell more. And also, Vanillaware ran out of money creating this game, just like they did the same thing with 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. They ran out of money making these games. They put so much time, money, and effort into them. So they really are kind of banking everything on this game release. So if you like strategy RPGs at all, I'm begging you to go out and try this game, even if you're going to buy it, just to get that Final Fantasy Tactics remake, because it seems like Square is really watching the sales of this game quite closely. Final Fantasy 16 for the PC is in final stages of optimization, and a demo is planned before the release in the not-too-distant future. This is according to the producer of the game, and it says that a demo is planned for users to determine whether the game can actually run on their PC. It says that the PC requirements and specifications are going to be rather high, so they're going to release the demo just to make sure that, you know, you don't buy the game then realize, oh my gosh, I can't even play this stupid game because, you know, my PC isn't powerful enough or whatever. They haven't announced anything yet as far as when it's going to be coming out. However, he did say this. He says, I think in a little bit more time we'll be in a better place to announce things. But one thing's for sure, it won't be in the too distant future. It won't be in a year. It won't be in 2 years. It'll probably be shorter than that. So stay tuned. I'm thinking holiday release, end of this year, fall, sometime before Christmas. This game will be out on the PC. There's a new Tokyo Xanadu coming out for consoles. It is a tentatively titled action RPG Tokyo Xanadu New Project. It's for unspecified consoles, but we all know it's coming out for the PlayStation and probably the Switch as well. This is for the series' 10th anniversary. We don't have a release date either. Here's the details. It's been 10 years since the release of Falcom's first modern-day action RPG, Tokyo Xanadu. Ooh, so creepy. Set in the Japanese city of Kyoto, this new game depicts the story of juveniles who travel around the otherworldly realm known as Xanadu. While it shares the same world as Tokyo Xanadu, which is set in the Japanese city of Tokyo, this setting is all new. It's currently in developing as a completely new title with all game systems built from the ground up. So please do look forward to it. So this is completely new engine, completely new everything, completely unrelated to the first title. So you can play this on its own and still enjoy it. Oh my god, Grandia! The Grandia HD Collection is coming to the PS4 and Xbox One on March 26th. Physical pre-orders are open right now, and we're also going to go look at them because that's what we do here. So it's coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One, but the PS4 game can also be played on the PS5 because it's backwards compatible, you know. So that's really cool. It's starting the pre-orders are starting on the 15th and closing on April 14th. So this is a very limited time opportunity. You need to act fast, and this is via limited run games. This first came out for the Switch back in August of 2019, but now it's coming out for the big boys as well. And this includes Grandia HD Remaster as well as Grandia 2 HD Remastered, both of which are currently available individually for the PC right now. And I've got to say this, of the Grandia games, Grandia 1 and Grandia 2 are the best Grandia games. So you're getting the best ones here. This is fan-fricking-tastic. I love Grandia. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Grandia 2 as well. It is up there as like the best. Like, it's not even like one of the best or maybe the top 3 or whatever. It's like the best. It's like the best non-Square Enix game for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Like, it is fantastic. If you like traditional turn-based RPGs with great stories and charming characters, you cannot go wrong with Grandia. Let's take a look at the Collector's Edition as well. So I'm over here on Limited Run Games, and I will include a link to this in the video description. This is for the Grandia HD Collection. It is $55 for this. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like this one has box art from Grandia 1, and this one has box art from Grandia 2, and it's a reversible cover as well. How cool is that? The pre-orders again from March 15th to April 14th. The estimated shipping date, let me X out of this. The estimated shipping date is, go away, honey. Go away, honey! Is August 1st through August 31st. I hate this stupid honey thing. I installed it one time because it was like, save money with honey. And I did it, and I never use it, and it always pops up, and it drives me nuts. And we have some more cool pre-orders, and this comes from Serenity Forge. They're one of my favorite up-and-coming publishers out there, and they have some really, really cool collector's editions, kind of like the Nice collector's editions that you get, where they're not that expensive, and you get a whole whole lot of stuff in them. In this one, you get the physical game, you get the collector's edition box, the Neuro Driver plush, the double-sided acrylic charm, the art book, the prismatic sticker sheet, the soundtrack downloadable code, and the instruction manual for read-only memories Neuro Driver, the collector's edition, for $100 for the Switch or the PS5. Here, this is like an old school adventure game. I have the trailer playing above me right here, and it says you're a psychic agent. Take on the role of ES-88, a young esper employed by Minerva, a powerful organization specializing in information science, neurotechnology, and extrasensory phenomenon. She's been tasked with tracking down Golden Butterfly, a mysterious psychic entity hiding in and fragmenting the memories of Neo-San Francisco citizens. Who are they? Why are they doing this? And how will you stop them? I'm a fan of old school stuff. I know a lot of I know a lot of y'all are too. So if this looks interesting to you and you want to get on the ground floor on this like amazing freaking collector's edition, which I definitely want, then you want to check this out. There's the collector's edition for this game, and then there's also a physical edition. This one is half price. It's $45. It comes with the physical game, the soundtrack, downloadable card, as well as the instruction manual. So it still comes with quite a bit of goodies, just not as much as the big collector's edition. In the same vein, still from Serenity Forge, we have 2064 read-only memories, a physical edition. This one is $35 for the Nintendo Switch right here. There isn't a collector's edition for this, it's just a physical edition, but it still comes with a soundtrack downloadable card, an instruction manual, and the physical copy of the game for only $35 as well. This one is in the same series of games, but it is a different game. It says the year is 2064. Read-Only Memories merges old-school adventure gaming with modern storytelling to explore some of the social challenges that we'll face in the near future. Explore the colorful future metropolis of Neo-San Francisco, meeting a huge cast of fascinating characters and solving a far-reaching mystery. Think carefully about your choices, because you never know how they will affect this dynamic, branching narrative further down the line. Again, this is from an up-and-coming developer who has developed some really cool stuff that I love, and if you want to support these smaller developers, please do look into this. Links will be in the video description. And we have one last collector's edition to go over. This is over on Amazon for Ys 10 Nordics, the deluxe edition right here. This is coming out for the Switch, the PS4, and the PS5 for $60. You can go ahead and pre-order it now over on Amazon. We don't have a release date for this. We were given a release window of fall of this year. So sometime this fall, this game will be coming out. You might as well go ahead and pre-order this for Christmas time or something. So it looks like this is coming with a digital soundtrack. It's coming with a little art book down there, the miniature art book, as well as the game itself. I didn't see like a big collector's edition over on the NIS America website, but I did see this on Amazon, so that's kind of strange to me that there isn't one on the NIS website, but there is one on Amazon. So maybe there's like a big collector's edition in the works over on their website, but they're still putting it together, and this might be the smaller one, because I feel like for ease, like there might be like a $100 one out there, you know what I mean? But this is the $60 one, so maybe put off on buying this until we really see, but this could also be the end-all be-all. We just don't know. I'm just letting you know that this is what I saw. Another day, another delay. I am over on the Twitter, and this is about Eiyuden Chronicles. It says, we regret to announce that there will be a delay of the physical edition of Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes for the Nintendo Switch to May 21st in the Americas. All affected backers, though, will receive a digital Nintendo Switch copy at launch, ensuring that your adventure will begin on time. This apparently is only for the Nintendo Switch copies. There is no such delay with any other console, any other system. It's just for the Switch, and it's just for the physicals. And this is like really cool of them, because they didn't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to say and go out and spend this money and be like, oh, we're going to actually provide, thousands of people with these digital codes, but they went and they did it anyway. So this is actually really good news. Like, physical backers for the Switch are going to get to play the game on time, and they're going to get it digitally, and they're going to get a copy for the Switch, which will probably keep sealed physically. That's what I would do. I would keep it probably sealed and just play the digital copy. That just makes sense to me. So it is delayed. It is there, but it's not really delayed, if you know what I mean. Cool beans on them. Monster Hunter Stories Remaster will be launching on June 14th, and there's also a Monster Hunter Stories collection available. So this is cool. Monster Hunter Stories was a 2016 3DS RPG, and it's now going to be launching digitally for the PS4, Switch, and PC on June 14th, right there. And there's also a collection there too, so don't get it confused. This is actually 2 game announcements right now. The collection is going to be included in the Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, which is going to be available for all 3 platforms as well, including the PlayStation 4. But here's the deal. Different regions are going to be getting different ways to play the game, I guess. That's the only way I can put it. There's like a whole listing here of what region gets what game. It's kind of ridiculous. But I'm going to go over North America and Europe right here, because check this out. In North America, the Monster Hunter Stories collection will include Monster Hunter Stories on the cart, but Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin will be a downloadable code. There's no such caveat, though, for Europe. They're just getting Monster Hunter Stories collection, so presumably both games will be on the cart. Why are they getting both games on the cart, and we're getting one as a downloadable code? What is that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever. So anyway, latest details. Riders can expect an epic summer full of adventure with Monster Hunter Stories and its new features, including full Japanese and English voiceovers, 7 new subtitle languages, a new museum mode that spans over 200 pieces of concept art, background music and developer sketches, and title updates that were previously only available in Japan. Experience riding monsties in stunning detail on larger screens, enhanced with refined modeling, textures, and lightings in high definition. These are pretty sweet RPGs. If you do want to try them out, I'd probably go ahead and just grab the collection if you don't have either of these games, even though I do for the 3DS and for the Switch, so probably won't be getting the collection, but might be just getting the remake of the 3DS game. We'll see. Who here remembers Wandering Sword, that HD 2D Wuxia game that came out like a year or so ago? It is now getting an update called the Southern Chronicles, and is adding a new storyline, new difficulty modes, and a new game plus. How cool is that? So there's a new side storyline, the Southern Chronicles. Your journey takes an exciting turn after meeting new companions from the Wuxian sect in the depths of Monkey Woods. You'll find yourself plunged into the crisis involving the various Ninjainang tribes, Philly School, and even the Imperial Court. Venture deep into the mysterious Ninja Gang, exploring new that can't be right, Ninja Gang, I have no idea. Exploring new areas fraught with dangers and unprecedented monsters. Here, every step is a challenge, and every challenge is an opportunity to prove your mettle. I'm a dirty American, what can I say? Prepare to encounter new characters and recruit martial artists who will either stand by your side as your most trusted allies or block your path as daunting adversaries. This journey is more than a test of strength, it's a quest to discover the true essence of heroism. How will your decisions shape the world around you? Then there's multiple difficulty modes that have been added, ranging from easy to normal, hard, and extreme. In the higher difficulty modes, not only are the enemy's stats adjusted, but they have enhanced senses to detect you when you're near them. However, your resilience will be rewarded with boosted inheritance points and rewards. Now, the inheritance points, it's kind of like the grade system in the Tales series. It says, for the veterans out there, every adventure heralds a new beginning. After completing the game, you'll earn inheritance points. When starting a new game after completing a full playthrough, you'll begin your journey from the all-new inheritance library, where you can then use your inheritance points to exchange them for coins, meridian points, martial points, initial equipment, etc. So you'll be ever ready for your next playthrough. Kind of like the grade system again in Tales, where you earn grade by battling, and then you can spend it in the grade shop for your new game plus. So that's a really freaking cool addition, injecting new life into this great classic. Now this looks cutesy-wootsy patootsies. This is Terra Memoria launching on March 27th. Explore, craft, and battle in this cozy turn-based RPG. It is coming out for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC, again on March 27th. Terra Memoria welcomes you with open arms with 6 lovable characters, an investigation through all the ages, a world with crazy inhabitants and cozy music, a little RPG with exploration, fighting, construction, and puzzles. Visit the past and the present to discover who controls the crystals, why the ancient machines are attacking, and how everything is linked. So this is 3D as well as pixel art coming together in this just kind of like cozy turn-based thing. I just saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool looking, and I thought that I'd bring it up to y'all because it just looks really, really charming. Just as the updated Wandering Sword, we have a new update for Sea of Stars. We have 3-player local co-op mode announced. So that's pretty neat. It says that this mode allows for 3 players to journey together in Sea of Stars. Staying true to the game's core turn-based reach, Each player will engage in traversal and combat with new co-op time hits mechanic as they embark with friends on Sea of Stars' grand adventure. Additionally, they shared that they have sold over 5 million units since launch. Wow! The death of the turn-based RPG has been much exaggerated, I must say. Witch Spring R for the PS5 and Switch is launching in the second half of 2024. This is currently available for the PC. I remember I made a video about this game, actually, because it was just so good. I was like, this game is amazing. I need to let everybody know about this, you know? There is also an Xbox One version being planned as well. Not only did I, tout how fantastic this game was in my video that I made, like, I don't know, a year ago or so, whenever this game came out, but a lot of people have been commenting on my videos too, like whenever I do like a hidden gem video or whatever, they're like, where's Witch Spring R? I'm like, oh yeah, that one is really good. I probably should have included that one too. It is really good. It says, the story of a witch who's chased after by warriors, and it's a story-based RPG that combines elements of training, collecting, and exploring. Outside, you can enjoy collecting magical ingredients, fighting against warriors and monsters, and developing stories with various characters. At home, you can enjoy training your own witch by scheduling training and fusing magic ingredients that can be collected from the field. The witch's ending is enriched by the player's choice and the witch's growth. If you like turn-based games, challenging games, cozy games, kind of life sim games, alchemy, atelier, it's kind of all that in one. It's a really cool game. RPG Maker With is coming west this fall for the Switch, in 2025 for the PS5 and PS4. I don't know why it's called With. Like, that seems a very strange name to me. Maybe it's an acronym for something and I'm just not aware of what it stands for. But hey, it's a new RPG Maker. This is the latest installment of the RPG Maker series. It features more tools and greater accessibility than ever before. The user-friendly interface and intuitive controls make it easy to choose between creating simple or complex assets and functions, so you can dive right in regardless of skill level. Not sure what to make? Head online to play other creators' games and get inspired, and then inspire others by sharing your own. And for the first time ever in a console RPG Maker title, you can even share your assets and unfinished projects. I remember my first RPG Maker game that I had was the one, it was just called RPG Maker. It was for the PlayStation 1, and I spent, whenever I say hundreds of hours, I probably mean thousands of hours. I spent so much time on that. I had folders of papers together of what I wanted, and notebooks of scripts and everything together. Like, it was massive. And I went and I created this game and I put it out on RPG Maker magazine with a Dex drive that you had to buy from Best Buy. It was a whole thing. It was a whole to-do. It took up like 3 memory cards or something to do. And I put it out there and nobody ever played it. It was a fun game though. I actually played it through over on the Twitch. And everybody really did seem to enjoy it, and I made a video about it too whenever I was finally able, because the thing is, like, I knew about the game, and I knew it was on this RPG Maker magazine website, but I couldn't figure out how to download it from there because they didn't have a Dex drive anymore, and it was just beyond me. It was something that I put up in my 20s, and I was trying to download it again in my 40s, and I'm just like, I just don't remember. I just don't, remember how to do it. And I got somebody on the Discord, and they were able to help me through it, and I was able to download it and play it, and played through it over on the Twitch, which was such like a really cool walk through memory lane of me playing a game that I created whenever I was still closeted, and it was almost like a coming out story of a game sort of thing. It was just interesting to look back at where my head was at 20 years ago. It was like a lost time capsule thing. The game's name was Angels of Rizarin, if any of you ever want to go to RPG Maker magazine and find it and download it and play it if you know how to, because believe, don't ask me. No clue. The person on the Discord helped me with it, I did it, and then I completely forgot how to the next day, because, like, I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, so my memory is just completely gone. But anyway, next story. I'm over here on the Kickstarter with a RPG that people will not leave me alone about. Every time I turn around on Facebook, on Twitter, I have a tag. David, have you heard about this game? David, talk about this game. Oh my god, David. I'm like, please, I've heard of this game. Please, just leave me alone. For God's sakes, leave me alone, please. Anyway, this is the Godshard Chronicles, and it looks amazing. They wanted $50,000 for this game. They are already up to $123,000 for it because everybody else thinks it looks freaking amazing too. This is a top-down action RPG based in the high fantasy world of Albin, where the gods have fallen and their remains exist only in pieces known as Godshards. Join Adana and Ruby as they progress through the ranks of the Mannonites and chase down Adana's lost father, while discovering the mysteries behind the titular Godshard. Adventure in the world solo, or bring along a friend in local co-op. Like, this looks amazing. It looks very Secret of Mana. It looks very SNES inspired. It has some cool guest composers from the Wild Arms series, from the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy XI. They got a guest singer, the same singer who sang Luna's boat song, and Luna Silver Star Story Complete. So like this is really freaking cool. I cannot wait for this one. And if you want to back this one too, like, maybe a certain someone did, then you might want to come on over here and try to get a physical copy or something, because they have some really cool stuff. I'll include a link to this in the video description. I put out a tweet about this the other day because I just thought it was freaking cool, and this is the kind of stuff that I love. This game was supposed to come out in 2002, and it's finally now coming out 22 years later. It's a Game Boy Advance game. And it's like an action RPG, side-scrolling action RPG. But not only is it coming out now, it's coming out on a physical cartridge. Like, how cool is that? You're actually getting the game, you're getting a box, you're getting an instruction manual, you're getting pictures or stickers, just like you would back in the day. It says, Kien is an action RPG platformer in which players explore 23 levels and face off against a number of enemies. Its revival and upcoming release is the work of retro publisher Incubate and indie developer studio Age of Games, the game's original developer, which is now rebranded. That is so freaking cool. And it says, discover the secret of Kien. For 7,000 years, the planet of Malkut has been wisely ruled by the 7 Masters of the Absolute. But chaos has been reborn as evil corrupts the Land of Harmony. The 7 Masters have vanished, mystical warriors were slaughtered, and the temples are now doomed in blood. The only hope that remains is imprisoned the hearts and wills of 2 young apprentices. Their fate is to fight evil, reveal the truth, and discover the secret of Kien. Like, this is just amazing to me, and I'm going to include a link where you can actually go and pre-order this if you want to support this, and if you want this, it's obviously going to be a rare game in your collection as well. And now for a final story of the day, and it's just an odd story, so I kept it for last. There's a Shin Megami Tensei tabletop RPG, and it's based on the Persona video game series, and it's getting an English release after 20 years. So this is like a book. I don't really know much about this kind of stuff. To me, it sounds very Dungeons and Dragons-y sort of thing. I don't really know. I don't really play these types of games. But I'm just going to read it. It says, localized by Lionwing Publishing, Tokyo Connection is a nearly 20-year-old book making its way across the Pacific Ocean in a language other than the original Japanese for the first time. It adapts the setting and plot of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne for tabletop campaign play. Letting players interact with and recruit demons while also meeting the factions fighting for control of Vortex World Tokyo. Players will choose amongst 3 classes, humans, fiends, and demi-fiends, and do much of the activities that you remember from the video game, including traversing with demons using a system called the Talk Flowchart. Each class will have access to a unique set of talk skills that give them their own approach when chatting with demonic denizens. Depending on how this negotiation goes, players can gain items, gems, or a demon card, which likely lets them summon the demon in combat. So yeah, this is basically Shin Megami Tensei, but a board game or a tabletop game, or it's a booklet for a game. I'm still not entirely sure what it is, but it does say a tabletop RPG book. So that's kind of what I'm going with. To me, it sounds Dungeons and Dragons again, but I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't really know. So probably somebody in the comments knows a lot more about this than I do, because I've played some board games that are mostly like basic bitch, Monopoly, Scrabble, chess, checkers, that sort of stuff. So I know, I'm boring. What can I say? But anyway, that's it for this week's news. There's a lot here. Let me know what y'all thought of it, and as always, have a good day.